What's up, Danny Hayasaka with Call One and Hell Direct, helping people do their business better. So I'm sitting here at Brick Roads. It's been about a year since I've been here, and we got a whole new batch of headsets, starting with the Coolpo Ignite headset. And so coffee shops are a very common environment for people to work from, and so the environment is very dynamic. It's constantly changing with the constant flux of people coming and going, coffee grinders going. And so this is what it would sound like if you're using the Coolpo Ignite in a coffee shop with no additional noise suppression on. So I'm going to go into Zoom and Teams meeting across the board with all these headsets trying Zoom personalized audio isolation and Teams voice isolation. All right, stay tuned. Okay, so now I'm in a Microsoft Teams meeting with voice isolation turned on. Now I do want to add that because this is not a certified headset, when I first came on, it had shut off voice isolation. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I just know that I had to go back in and turn it on. And so this is what it would sound like if you're using the Coolpo Ignite in a Microsoft Teams meeting with voice isolation turned on. So this is what it would sound like if you're using the Coolpo Ignite in a Zoom meeting with personalized audio isolation turned on in a coffee shop. All right, so now we have the Logitech Zone 305. This is certified for Microsoft Teams, Zoom, and Google. And so this is what it would sound like if you're using the Logitech Zone 305 in a coffee shop. And let's go into a Zoom and Teams meeting. And so this is what it would sound like if you're using the Logitech Zone 305 in a very noisy coffee shop. All right, so now we are using Logitech Zone 305 in a Zoom meeting with personalized audio isolation turned on. And so this is what it would sound like if you were using it in a noisy coffee shop. All right, so now we have the Logitech Zone Vibe. This is what it would sound like if you're using Logitech Zone Vibe wireless in a coffee shop. Now let's go on to Teams and Zoom meetings. And so this is what it would sound like if you're using Logitech Zone Vibe wireless in a Microsoft Teams meeting in a coffee shop. So this is what it would sound like if you're using Logitech Zone Vibe wireless in a Zoom meeting with personalized audio isolation turned on while in a coffee shop. Okay, so now we have the Yealink BH70. This is an extremely comfortable headset. It's lightweight. It feels really good, whether you're wearing glasses, not wearing glasses. It's a great headset. So this is what it would sound like if you're using the Yealink BH70 in a coffee shop. And again, no additional noise suppression. So the noise canceling you hear is coming directly from this microphone. So now let's go into a Teams and Zoom meeting. Okay, stay tuned. This is what it would sound like if you're using the Yealink BH70 in a Teams meeting with voice isolation turned on in a coffee shop. Okay, so now we have the Yealink BH70 in a Zoom meeting with personalized audio isolation turned on in a coffee shop. And so this is what it would sound like. Okay, so now we have the Yealink BH76 Plus system completely covers your ears, and you do have the option to change out the ear cushions for the on-ear version if you don't like to have your ears completely covered. And check it. It's pretty loud in here. All right, and so this is what it would sound like if you're using the Yealink BH76 Plus in a coffee shop with no additional AI noise suppression. So now let's go into a Teams and Zoom meeting. And so this is what the Yealink BH76 Plus would sound like in a Microsoft Teams meeting in a coffee shop with voice isolation turned on. Okay, so now we have the Yealink BH76 in a Zoom meeting with personalized audio isolation turned on. Okay, so now we have a first of our corded headsets that we're testing today, and this happens to be the EPOS Impact 760T. If you look at it, it's very similar in terms of the microphone of the EPOS Impact 1000, which is one of the best mics I've tested so far. So we'll see how well this corded headset works. Okay, and so this is what it would sound like if you're using the EPOS Impact 760T in a noisy coffee shop with no additional AI noise suppression. So now let's go into a Teams and Zoom meeting, and it is getting louder in here. Now we are in a Microsoft Teams meeting using the EPOS Impact 760T. And so this is what it would sound like if you're using this headset in a coffee shop with Teams voice isolation turned on. We are now in a Zoom meeting with personalized audio isolation turned on, and we're using the EPOS Impact 760T. Okay, so now we have the EPOS Impact 860T, and if you look at it, it looks very similar to the EPOS Impact 1000 series, and that's because it's essentially the same headset with a cord. And so this is a corded USB headset. Like the other headset, it does include a USB-A. It's USB-C, and then it has a USB-C to USB-A adapter. Again, so you can utilize across any laptop, regardless of USB. So this is what it would sound like if you're using the EPOS Impact 860T in a coffee shop. Let's go on to a Teams and Zoom meeting. Okay, so now we have the EPOS Impact 860T in a Microsoft Teams meeting in a coffee shop. We do have voice isolation turned on, and so this is what it would sound like if you're using the EPOS Impact 860T in a Zoom meeting with personalized audio isolation turned on. Okay, so now we have the Voyager, HP Voyager 4320. This is what it would sound like if you were using the HP Voyager 4320 in a coffee shop. Now we are in a Microsoft Teams meeting using the Voyager 4320 with voice isolation turned on. Okay, so now we have the HP Voyager 4320 in a Zoom meeting with personalized audio isolation turned on. All right, now we have the Logitech Zone Wireless 2. This is a premium Bluetooth headset. It does have active noise canceling speakers. It's actually, I don't know if it's quiet in here, or I just can't hear because this does have pretty good ANC. And so this is what it would sound like if you're using the Logitech Zone Wireless 2 in a coffee shop. All right, now let's go into a Teams and Zoom meeting. All right, now we are in a Microsoft Teams meeting with voice isolation turned on using the Logitech Zone Wireless 2 headset in a coffee shop. Okay, so now we have the Logitech Zone Wireless 2 in a Zoom meeting with personalized audio isolation turned on in a coffee shop. So now we have the EPOS Adapt 660 AMC. Folks have been asking for me to test more of these boomless mic headphones, and so this is one of them. And so this is what it would sound like if you're using the EPOS Adapt 660 AMC in a coffee shop. Okay, so now we are in a Microsoft Teams meeting using EPOS Adapt 660 AMC, and we do have voice isolation turned on. This is what it would sound like if you're using EPOS Adapt 660 AMC in a Zoom meeting. Personalized audio isolation turned on. Okay, so now I have the Jabra Evolve2 85, and I have the boom arm down. I do have the microphone so that I can put the boom arm up, and so let's hear what that sounds like. I've done some tests and it doesn't sound very good, but let's find out. Okay, so now I have to put the boom arm up, and so this is what it would sound like if you're using the Jabra Evolve2 85 in a coffee shop with the boom arm up. Okay, so now we are in a Microsoft Teams meeting with voice isolation turned on using the Jabra Evolve2 85. So now this is what it would sound like if you're using the Jabra Evolve2 85 in a Zoom meeting with personalized audio isolation turned on in a coffee shop. Okay, so I went back and been listening to some of the recordings of these headsets, and I think in my opinion, the EPOS Impact 860T ANC has sounded the best or performed the best. What do you guys think of these type tests in these real world environments where you work, have your breakfast, your lunch, your coffee, you have meetings here? I see it all the time. Let me know what other environments you want to see. If you like this type of content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. Let us know what you'd like to see, and we'll do our best to make it. Thanks.